Man, I know Jaron Ennis he's not happy right now. I'm sure he wants that next shot at Terence Crawford at 147 pounds. If Terence Crawford even wants to fight at 147 with anybody else besides Errol Spence Jr. You know, obviously, we've heard about the rematch clause getting activated from Errol Spence. I personally don't like it, especially not this early. It's only been, about a month since the fight took place, and to see Errol Spence so eager to get back in the ring, I just thought, it would be best if Errol Spence took some more time off, got more time to heal up, reevaluate, reassess the situation, go back to the drawing board, make adjustments, give himself as much time as possible to heal and improve, come back stronger. I just think that he might be rushing into this fight a little bit too soon. I understand, from a business aspect, everything along the lines of accepting the fight, activating that rematch clause, because people are always talking on social media about he hasn't done it yet, he hasn't done it yet, he hasn't done it yet. If you guys have been following any boxing accounts, everyone's talking about how come Errol Spence hasn't been activating the clause yet. So I'm sure to an extent Errol Spence is seeing all that feedback, he's seeing all those comments, and he's saying, all right, I'll activate it right now. I was going to do it anyways. But at the same time, I feel like it's so early. I feel like the wound is so fresh. That loss for him is so fresh that he might not even be in the right headspace in terms of the decisions he wants to make, in terms of making adjustments, what I did wrong, what I did right, what could I do in the future that could prevent the same outcome from the beating that he took from Terence Crawford. So, and I also can't help but feel for my guy Jaron Ennis, because I feel like he really wants that fight, and I think it's probably the more competitive fight. Instead of Errol Spence and Terence Crawford Part 2, we should be getting Jaron Ennis and Terence Crawford. As a boxing fan, I agree 100%, but at the end of the day, it's a business. People have to understand that Terence Crawford's not going to make as much money as he would fighting Jaron Ennis as he would the rematch with Errol Spence, and that's just how it is. No matter how good, even if that fight is more competitive, which we all expect it to be, Jaron Ennis isn't a big enough star, at least not yet. We know in the boxing world, but outside of this sport, and outside of the boxing community, do you guys believe that people know Jaron Ennis like that are going to be willing to buy the pay-per-view so they can get the back end of that pay-per-view money and make upwards of 10-15 million? I don't think that happens. I think Errol Spence is the only guy with a big enough draw in around the welterweight division for Terence Crawford to fight again. And Terence Crawford, I'm sure, is feeling very confident. He said he could get it again. He's not feeling sorry. He's not feeling like he doesn't have to give him the rematch, because he really doesn't have to give him the rematch. Technically, he could retire and maybe fight on end up fighting again. We don't know about the stipulations of the contract. Terence Crawford, he beat him so bad that a lot of people wouldn't be mad if the rematch didn't happen. I wouldn't be mad at it. I would like to see Crawford in there with Boots. I would like to see him in there with Canelo. I think Canelo makes the most sense financially, but I understand Boots' struggle right now because he can't really get a fight. People talks about the Keith Thurman fight. It doesn't seem like Keith wants to fight Boots. He was talking about, I beat a Philly boy before, I could do it again, who was Boots, stuff along those lines. I just feel like Keith Thurman, I'm not sure he wants the smoke with Boots, and that's fair. But at the end of the day, Keith Thurman's another guy. I feel for him, but him at the same time, he could have fought. He should have stayed active. Maybe he gets that Errol Spence fight before Terence Crawford did. And, maybe he would have been the guy in Terence Crawford's shoes that beat Errol Spence. So, that's the thing about boxing. You have to take chances and take them at the right time. Timing is everything in this sport. Even if you're trying to let a fight marinate, you can't wait too long, because that next dog is going to come in, before you know it, you have an injury, it's 2-3 years, and then, you're fighting to get your way back in, but you're not a relevant name anymore, and you're not getting the offers, the millions of dollars that you were getting back in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019 when he fought Manny Pacquiao. You're not getting that money if you're Keith Thurman anymore. So he's in an awkward spot, but I just know Jaron Ennis as such a tough prospect. He's expected to take over the 147-pound division when Errol Spence and Terence Crawford move up. You can't help but feel for him. I'm sure he wants that title shot at Terence Crawford, but I just don't know if it happens. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, the rematch. I just wish it was Boots instead, but I just understand from the the financial and business aspect of boxing that it probably doesn't happen. Earl Spence and Terence Crawford part 2 is going to be the fight that goes down. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. But thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. That's going to do it for another Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.